Shanmuga Multi-Speciality Hospital, a legacy of caring.
Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Priyadarshini, a pediatrician from Shanmuga Hospital. And today we are taking this video on behalf of Doctors Day on July 1st. So today we are going to talk about two important things. One is a balanced screen, another is a balanced diet. So as we know, in this period of pandemic, we are exposing our children to a lot of screen time, and it's much needed for their educational purpose. We want to know and strike a balance on how healthy and how good we have to provide the screen for them. So for that, we have to know certain norms of the screen time in children. According to American Academy of Pediatrics, for children less than 2 years, there should not be any screen time at all. For children between 2 to 5 years, that's only 1 hour of screen time recommended. And children for more than 5 years age, it's in a proportion that it should not affect their daily activities which affects their development. For example, the child should have at least 10 hours of sleep, 1 to 2 hours of physical activity, and an hour of family time at least, and homework time, rest time, and some hour for hobbies and extracurricular activities. And all these activities should not be compromised in any sake for the screen time, and if in case it is compromised, it's said to be an excessive screen time. So now knowing the norms, we should know there are certain times of screen depending on the content we view. So there is something called interactive screen time, as the word says, using the screen for educational purpose or a webinar, or interacting with the family, friends or relatives through a video call, or co-playing with a parent or a friend is all interactive screen time. So non-interactive screen time is nothing but viewing the screen passively without doing anything, like watching a movie or a video game or a YouTube content. Everything is a non-interactive screen time. So now knowing the differences, we have to know what is a healthy screen time and what is an unhealthy screen time. Healthy screen time is nothing but as per the age and norms, the hours of viewing, if it is in the norms, along with a lot of interactive screen, it's said to be a healthy screen time. An unhealthy screen time is nothing like the reverse of it. Viewing a lot of non-interactive content, viewing a screen for a longer time, and viewing an irrational content for the age, like using a social media or prohibited websites, irrespective of the age. According to the recommendation, it's a minimum of 13 years for a child to use a social media like Facebook or WhatsApp. So everything of this comes under an unhealthy screen time. So for us to know the health benefits and to strike a balance, we have to know all these standards. So now knowing these contents, I have been received a lot of questions from the parents like, my child is learning a lot from the screen. Why should I not provide a screen for them? So going into the depth, we have to know the side effects of the screen. I mean the irrational or unhealthy screen beyond the recommended time. So the first risk we are going to see is the physical risk. Physical risk, by what I mean is a body-related risk and viewing the screen for a longer time, which starts with eye pain, eye dryness, headache, back pain, neck pain, and because of the sedentary habit of life, the child is sitting for long hours, the child is exposed to a pattern of decreased physical activity, which in turn causes risk for obesity. So these are the physical risk factors which are associated with unhealthy screen time. Apart from this, there are also many mental factors like decreased social skills, decreased language skills, a lot of inattention, hyperactivity, anxiety, and decreased sleep, which in turn causes decreased school performance, decreased social skills, increasing in social anxiety. All these factors are contributed to the fact that there are certain negative neurochemicals which are secreted in the brain during the screen view time. So all this contributes to this mental health ill effects. So now we are in a place to prevent all these risk factors to an extent which we can. So to see how we prevent the physical risk factors, there are certain things related to the screen use and the posture. First thing is coming to the size of the screen. The size of the screen should be bigger enough. It should not be small, so that the child viewing the size of the font, everything produces a strain on the eye. So make sure you give a desktop or a PC or a bigger iPad so that the child is not viewing the smaller screen. The next important point is the distance from the screen. The distance from the screen should be at least an hand distance. It should not be too close so that it doesn't put a lot of strain on the eye. The third important thing is the level of the screen. The level of the screen is supposed to be at the level of the eye of the child. It should not be low so that the child bends down to see the screen and puts a pressure on the neck. The other important thing is the lighting. The lighting of the screen should be in the level of room. It should be a little lower than the room light. The screen is not supposed to be used in dark environment at all. So all these factors should be taken into consideration while we give a screen for the child. Other than this, there are certain factors relating to the sitting posture and the chair with the proper backrest. There are certain other factors which are used for the adults, which is very difficult to implement in the children. But at least these few factors, if we help with them, it's better they have a reduced physical related risks. Another thing in coming to the physical factors is like sedentary life, which we know like we have to provide an extra time of physical activity and active moving around physical activity in outdoors, at least an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, so that they don't go to the risk of all the sedentary pattern and the obesity. More than this, the physical activity also produces positive neurochemicals in the brain, which compensates for all these negative chemicals which has been secreted by viewing the screen for a long time. So the physical risk factors now it has been seen. Now let's see how to compensate for the mental risk factors. So to maintain a good mental health, we are supposed to maintain a good environmental nutrition, which means like a normal good nutrition which we take, the environment is also supposed to have a good nutrition, which is nothing but we have to provide a safe, healthy, loving, stress-free environment for the child. So it's a role of the parent to spend a quality time with the child without anything, spending a nurture-free and stimulative environment for the child. So now we know the risks. We should definitely know how to balance the risk and the benefits. So we have to keep the benefits a higher head when compared to the risk, so that we give a healthy screen time for our children. So to concise the important points, please give a screen only during the school hours. Don't give any extra screen time for during this pandemic time, and avoid screens completely on Saturdays and Sundays. Follow this posture and the distance of the screen viewing. There is one more thing called 20-20-20 rule. To concise it, we have to, for every 20 minutes the child is viewing the screen, we have to give a break for 20 seconds and look at an object which is 20 feet away, so that it relaxes their muscle. Another thing, give an increased physical activity time, give an screen-free places in the bedroom, in the dining room and in the bathroom, and have a gadget-free time for every family people, so that no one in the family is using gadgets. And don't use gadgets as a way to calm a child or way to distract a child anytime, and give a lot of physical activity and good sleep. So if we follow all the steps, I think we will reduce whatever the risk which the child has been exposed to the screen.
Shanmuga Multi Speciality Hospital, a legacy of caring.